Teams channels. What are Teams channels and why do we need them? What are the 3 types of channels and how are they used? This is one of 3 videos about channels in Microsoft Teams. We'll be looking at standard, private, and shared channels and when to use each one. Hi, I'm Nina from Mytech Partners, and welcome to an episode of Mytech Briefs. Today we're covering Teams channels with a specific focus on private channels. We'll also be looking at a use case for this type of channel. But before we dig into the content, here is an honorable mention of our mug sponsor, You're on Mute. And by the way, have you heard about the You're on Mute joke? Yeah, neither have I. Let's get started. So let's first of all talk about the why. Why do we need channels? When you create a team or group, a default channel is created, and this is called the general channel. This is usually where the bulk of your conversations, posts, meetings, and file collaboration will take place. You can, however, create additional channels. This helps to create separate conversations or topics within a team. Here I would just like to caution, less is more. So be very thoughtful about the why you want to add any additional channels. Otherwise, channel sprawl really can become a problem. And that means more clicks to get the job done. So a use case for a separate channel is, say for example, an HR team, and we want to create a separate channel for recruitment. Just because it's kind of document heavy and maybe we have a lot of separate conversations about candidates that we don't really want to clutter up our general channel with. Now we're going to take a closer look at private channels. What is a private channel? So a private channel is a little different than a standard channel since it'll be hidden from you unless you're actually a member of that channel. One important thing to note here though is that you still have to be a member of the parent team in order to be a member of a private channel. So let's say for example we have a finance team and they have a private channel for payroll. This is only visible in this example to the finance director and the payroll manager. Because it contains some confidential information. One thing to note there as well is that a private channel is indicated with a lock icon. A couple key features that I want to highlight about a private channel is firstly, obviously you're able to limit visibility. So the channel membership can be limited to a subset of the team members. So for example, only the managers. Secondly, it also supports guest access, and by guest access I mean people outside of your organization, if your organization has enabled it. So a couple of things to consider before you choose a private channel is that firstly, the integration of 365 apps is not supported. So you're not able to integrate apps such as Microsoft Planner, Microsoft Forms, some of those. So just take that into account. In terms of team membership, you have to be a member of that parent team in order to be a member of the channel. And thirdly, there's no direct sharing with other teams. So now I'm going to show you how to actually add a private channel to your team. So I'm here in Teams. As you can see, I have the HR team open. I'm going to go ahead and hit the breadcrumbs and say add a channel. One thing to note here, your rights will depend on whether you're an owner or a team member. So just be aware of that if you don't see the option to add a channel. So I'm going to go ahead and say add channel. I'm going to call the channel name payroll, as in our previous example. And very important here under privacy, I have 3 options: standard, private, and shared. And for this example, we're going to make it private. So I'm going to go ahead and say private and click on create. So it's busy adding the channel. This is where I can specify who I actually want to add to the channel. So in our example, we're going to add in Peter and we're going to add in Clark. We're going to say add. And go ahead and hit the done button. So just to show you here on the left hand side under the HR team, I now have a payroll channel and it has the little lock icon that I mentioned earlier. This concludes our episode on private channels. Please join us for the next tutorial in the series where we'll be covering shared channels. We hope this Mytech brief will help you better navigate Teams as you plan on your own team structure. If you've enjoyed this Mytech brief, please give it a like and please subscribe to our channel for future Mytech brief sessions. Thanks again for watching. We hope to see you again soon. Until then, be productive and stay secure.